Hello, I am Riri Rengganis and I'm a slow fashion designer from Bandung, Indonesia. I create ready-to-wear fashion for the modern Indonesian women who values traditional culture. My work focuses on blending contemporary ethnic designs with the preservation of traditional techniques, specifically the hand embroidery. While doing so, I also promote practical styling through the use of traditional textile. Since 2008, I've been producing the kebaya under my first brand, Indisha. Through this brand, I've explored many traditional techniques, such as cut work, needle point, and applique, and then modified the techniques to become more relevant to today's trends without leaving the essence of the kebaya. My understanding about the white kebaya in the past is that it's probably a good proof of the influence of European fashion during the colonial era. The early forms of the kebaya has already existed in the region, but when European women entered, wearing lace blouses and skirts, local women probably adapted the looks into what became the white kebaya back then. So I think the intricate lace or embroidery found on the white kebaya was inspired by the European textiles at that time, particularly lace. Now, in the modern day, the white kebaya continues to be worn for its timeless elegance and is often reinterpreted by designers for contemporary formal events. There is a kebaya for every situation. It can be casual, it can be formal, and it can be ceremonial. Until today, the white kebaya is often associated with weddings due to the Western culture of the white wedding. But in everyday life, it is also often worn casually, and it still gives off that image of purity, simplicity, femininity, and it's even used for school uniforms too. Almost everybody here has at least one white kebaya because it's a very important part of our wardrobe. Since I am also on a mission to promote traditional textiles such as the batik, ikat, and songket, and many others, the white kebaya is such an easy item to mix and match with. So I always have to offer new designs in every collection. It is a timeless fashion item, which is so strong in character, therefore it also gives a lot of room for design innovations. And speaking of innovations, my brand never runs out of ideas for the design of the white kebaya. Like last year, I did a little fashion show which focused on just the white kebaya. And it was really interesting because some of the items were actually not even a kebaya anymore due to the extreme modifications. One was more like a cheongsam, another became a jacket, but for sure, I was inspired by the kebaya when I designed them. So I tell my customers which ones are actually still considered a kebaya and which ones are not. And that's okay as long as they know the stories of how the designs came out. They still appreciate anything that is inspired by the kebaya. Since my brand promotes slow fashion, most of my business runs on pre-order system. Clients would call me and say, Riri, I'm attending an event and it's outdoor, it's casual, but I need something nice to wear, like a white kebaya, but styled in a fashionable way, and I don't want to look overdressed. Or once I even got a challenging brief like this one. Riri, I'm getting married and I want to wear a white kebaya, but I want it to be really modern and wear it with pants because I will be playing the drums on my wedding. So then I go through my design archive, make sketches, and choose whatever I think would be appropriate for my client's needs. And that's what a designer's job is all about. So whether it's a dress, a suit, or a kebaya, all of these fashion items can be designed according to today's daily needs. And I believe that in today's modern Indonesian woman's wardrobe, the kebaya's role as a fashion item is just as important as the dress, the blouse, or the skirt. Okay, my wish for the future of the kebaya is that there is a better understanding about its history and an international recognition that it is actually a shared heritage among many regions, even before nations were born. My personal opinion, it doesn't really matter anymore who made it first, but what's important now is who keeps the heritage alive and how, whether it's through preserving artifacts in a museum, or innovating through fashion, which keeps the idea of the kebaya alive for the young generation. These are all really important. We should educate the public on what the original kabaya concept and silhouettes looked like while introducing the modern versions of it. I think that's the only way a cultural heritage can withstand change and time.